minds as well. I can imagine a Catholic private school not being able to have the Bible in its library. Doesn't make much sense to me. And I'll also just share the perspective of my 5th grader when I told her about this bill last night. She was very scared about the practical implication that libraries could pull library cards away from kids and say only adults can have library cards, so that we can have that affirmative defense and only people over 18 can check out books. So she's very distraught about that. I think she's on the playground right now, rounding up all her kids to write letters to the governor about this bill. Thank you very much. Please vote no.
I keep hearing these comparisons to a book I read daily, the Holy Bible. And I know there are others in this room that read it. And when literature and material was passed around in the beginning, when this bill started, I heard people say things like, well, there's nothing here that isn't in the Bible. Well, can you come meet me after the session? I'd like to see the Bible you're reading, because it isn't in mine. And the descriptions that are in Song of Solomon's, if you sat it down with a 12-year-old, I'd be willing to wager that they wouldn't even know what they were reading, because there is no enticing, explicit, sexual behavior described. There's romance, but not as I've heard. I take great offense to the Word of God being pulled in to a discussion about pornography and sexually explicit material. It's not there. I'm beside myself that I'm sitting in a body of adults and we're arguing about whether or not we should protect children. We're worried about rogue lawyers that are going to go after a $2,500 shared win. I don't know many lawyers that'll talk to you for $2,500. I'm sorry. We're talking about children and preserving their minds and their hearts, allowing them to grow up naturally without the influence of what seems to me to be a raging culture that's going in the opposite direction. I've also heard that I've searched and there's nothing there. Well, then let the bill pass and there's no worries, right? There's nothing there. My librarian has done the greatest to purge my local library of this material completely. Purge, ban, which this does not do. But yet they still find stuff, and some of it's through the ordering online. They had a family bring a book back just a few weeks ago. 12-year-old doing a study on the West. They got on the library site. They saw a book said Cowboys of the West. It came in, it came back the next day. And what was explained to me that was in the book, I won't repeat here. Extremely graphic, no question, with pictures. So it's there. Our children are in danger. Please help protect them with your green light.
Mr. Speaker, friends, I too take great exception with the use of the Bible. And a couple days ago, I think we all maybe received the same email of somebody sending to me and pointing out the pornography in the Bible. Take great exception to that, because it's not even close. So let me send you back a couple of things that I sent this person. I asked them in regards to this. I said, does the Bible glorify evil? Does the Bible encourage you to break the 10 Commandments via adultery or expose the price of sin that one pays when they do so? Does the Bible walk us through explicit sex acts, describing it word by word, sentence by...
Well, there's been some false information as far as relocating books in the library. The back of the binder in all libraries has got the Dewey Decimal System classification and indicates whether or not it's a juvenile or an adult book. If somebody's sneaking books over into the kids section, all the librarian has to say is that book has been misplaced and this does not apply. Second point I'd like to make is that we do have laws. We're a nation of laws. That's what a republic is all about. So this business of we have to interpret what is immoral or not for children, it's clearly defined in Section 18, Title 18 of the Idaho Code. Also, there are other laws that we have in the criminal code that define that rape and incest are improper. They're actually crimes that are punishable by fine and or imprisonment, or in some cases even worse. And here we are faced with this dichotomy. Here we've had discussions about abortion, and yet we have to have carve-outs for rape and incest. And yet we have had testimony that indicates there are some books that describe in graphic detail violent incest and rape. How can we have this kind of dichotomy between ideas of it's okay to promote this in the children's section of the library, rape and incest, and yet have to punish children born under the act of rape and incest? These are crimes, and yet we're promoting criminal activity in some of these books. For Pete's sake, let's support this bill and vote green. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, good body. You know, I know in this body we can't use props. I was sitting here and we have these little pins that we were all passed out at the beginning of the session that are blue. And on those pins it says, Idaho children are primary. And I couldn't think that it'd be more fitting to say that Idaho kids are primary and priority. We already have in Idaho statute right now on 1815-15 what is harmful to minors. We already have in 1841 what obscenity laws are. And we're simply asking that libraries take reasonable steps. This legislation is all about reasonable steps to restrict the access. I appreciate all the meetings, the collaboration that we've had with the stakeholders, with the institutions, and look forward to future collaborations with those institutions and stakeholders as well. This body has already passed this bill with a great support. The Senate passed it with a veto-proof majority, and now I ask for your green light as we just approve that amendment and send this through. Thank you.
Thank you, Leif. Good gentleman. 12. Debate is closed. Question issue. House Bill 314 is amended in the Senate. Passed the House. Has every member voted? Does any member wish to change their vote? Clerk will lock the machine and report the pairs.
Shepherd votes aye. Chu votes nay. Weber votes aye. Bundy votes nay. Andrus votes aye. Furness votes nay. Vanderrada votes aye. Matthias votes nay.
42 ayes, 26 nays, 2 absent excused. Majority having voted in favor of House Bill 314 is amended in the Senate. House Bill 314 is amended in the Senate. Has passed the House. Is there a correction in title?
No correction in title.
Hearing none, the title is approved and the bill will be transmitted to the Senate. Good lady.